everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Attack on Productions. And this time, we have another, whatever this type of video is called.
It's a commentary.
Hey, yeah, I forgot the word. That works for me. Alright, so as you can see here, we got Fluff with me today.
What's up, people?
This is my second round during our kind of tournament that we're doing with Rising Phoenix Odyssey, with a lot of smaller YouTube channels out there. I'm actually playing one of the guys from Rising Phoenix Odyssey, which is Beepal. Great guy. I actually love this deck as well. I love a lot of decks I'm coming across lately. So, we're going to get to the duel real quick. And I think we're going to do the whole basic, get the life and hand set up and whatnot. So, as you see here, I am running the new set 10 Yamcha leader. I love Yamcha. I used to play Yamcha for set 5. Loved it so much. And now that we're getting him back for set 10, it's just like a little Christmas gift for myself.
And it looks like the Meatball is playing the green WMAT Goku from World Martial Arts Tournament set, right?
TB3, yeah.
TB2.
TB2?
TB2.
Oh, TB2, okay.
But, so this deck is really awesome. It's got a lot of hand control. It's got a lot of field control. It's just a really awesome deck when you kind of explore like what the Bardock and the Metacoolers can do as far as being able to tag them in and out to take advantage of each of their different effects. It's a high skill level deck. It's definitely possible to sequence wrong in this deck. And I think it's possible to sequence wrong in Yamcha as well.
Oh, for sure.
So they're two, fairly decent skill level decks. And we'll see how it goes. I mean, we know how it went, but...
So as you can see, he mentioned sequence. You're going to see throughout this whole video, there's going to be a lot of mouse jumping between card to card to card. Because I'm over here trying to figure out what's best. What should I keep? What should I not keep? Anyone who actually knows me knows I overanalyze a lot of stuff. It's just one of my, I would say, perks more than a flaw.
So he opens crit into lead. It is a flaw of Bancroft's to kind of overanalyze everything, but it's not a wrong flaw.
So I chose to burn Death Ball on this one just because I didn't want to take the crit early on. Yeah. And look at me trying to figure out where my drop was because I completely forgot. Keep in mind, this is the second duel I've ever truly done on Untap.
So kind of an update. I did end up having to drop out of the tournament. A lot of personal things going on. We're getting a shop up and going. And then also I just don't like Untap. It's fantastic for bringing people together, but I'm not a big fan of it. So I dropped out of the tournament to give someone who was really enjoying it an opportunity to move forward.
I just realized. So he plays this Goku on the field that's on his energy. I could have read it early and knew what he was doing and had no idea what was going to happen until it happened. I'm not giving spoils away or anything, but as you can see, I charged a secondary topo. I had one in my hand already. I was okay with it. Oh, side note, I love this Yamcha ability. Look at the top 2 cards, pick one red, put it in my hand. It just helps set up his field so much better. I think that was one of my issues back in the set 5 days. There wasn't really a lot of pull rate. Oh, and here's why I accidentally messed up. So, I forgot to put it into the drop. I'm just trying to get it to look at 1. I ended up clicking 3 by accident.
Oh, no.
And he just tells me to shuffle my deck, and we take care of it that way.
I ended up really hating the untap interface, and I found myself enjoying less playing the game than stressing about getting the interface down, which was the main reason that I just really didn't like it. And I know that's kind of an awkward personal...
So another point of me not liking crits, even though I play a lot of crit decks. I played the Baba. I comboed up with the Baba as well as the natural Yamcha's power boost.
So you took it to 20?
Just to get rid of the Gohan. Because I do not like crits. Also because I had a nice little negate in my hand for later gameplay. So
it's really interesting that he ran that crit. Everyone, I think, would agree that crits are really good this format, but I'm kind of in favor of leaning towards, if you're going to play the one-drop crits, you got to play the one-drop double strikers, too. They're super clutch for getting rid of troublesome unisons. It's interesting that I don't think either of you were playing the one-drop doubles, and were you mainboarding Intensifying Trunks?
No, Intensifying Trunks is in my sideboard for this deck.
Yeah.
So the reason why I charged the Baba, because I had one in my drop, and I had the negate there as well. So for later purposes, when he attacked me, I just negated the 17 and play Baba for my drop, which is amazing. Also, I say a lot, and I apologize for that. I'm going to try to stop doing that.
I noticed that we both did it. I think I'm going to turn into a drinking game. Every time Fluff goes, take a shot.
So playing the Sin Shenron, immediately going to -2 because I got him to 4 as soon as I brought him out by tapping 3 energy and then putting a card underneath it. And then this is kind of where I realized, oh, yeah, get rid of that card. But I wanted to make sure everything else in his hand, kind of figure out what he will be playing against me later on the road.
I don't know that there was any like hyperly great targets to pick there, but I think that was the best because it attempted to lock him out of that play. But
he had his super combo in his hand still. I mean, I could have taken that out.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think that 4-drop Goku plays the 5-drop from the deck. I don't think you have to have the 5 in hand.
Actually, I'm not 100% sure on the top of my head. And so this is the reason why I also tapped out on energy. Yes, I have 2 negates in my hand, but I also had this counterplay in my hand since I had used it on the field. So I assumed I used it.
Trading Blows is incredibly good right now.
Oh, Wolfang Fist is a counterattack, not counterplay.
Right, it's counterattack.
Yeah. I think I get rid of 100% Yamcha. No, I got rid of Double Strike. Yeah.
You got rid of your Champa.
So he's going to my lead again. I'm okay with it. I think I'm okay with it. Or did he go to my unison? Come on. Yeah, he went to my lead. I'm at 5 life. Now, with the new Yamcha, you go weaken at 5 life, so it's not a bad card until he plays Trading Blows again. It hurts. It hurts so much. It's either the Yamcha or it's the Frieza Death Ball. Yeah.
Get rid of one of the Yamchas.
I had multiple cards in this deck that do direct damage by certain criteria, so I was okay to get rid of that one because I saw one of the other ones later on the road.
So he is just spamming you with 1-drops here.
Yeah, I mean, clearing the board and then look up top 5 cards of his deck for another card, which is another trading blow. So, I kind of know what's going to happen next turn as well.
Though good to note, the trading blow will only hit your hand if you have 5 or more in hand. So if you keep your hand below that, the trading blows are dead, but then you're sitting on a 4-card hand.
I'll tell you now,
good.
Bancroft didn't remember that. So he kept his hand up.
Yep, it's okay.
So I'm about to use Shin Shenron's ability to give him a marker to neg 2 of his cards. I'm not sure what's taking me so long, but I'm doing it right now. There we go.
Probably just having a conversation, discussing possibilities.
Probably. We have it set to 200 speed, so you can't hear anything right now that's coming from their audio. The Bulma that takes 2 hits to kill. Gotta love it.
Yeah. Is that the championship Bulma that is coming, I think?
I think it's the championship Bulma. It's the Adventure Begins. It's promo 233.
It's either championship or tournament. I can't remember.
I'm trying to see what it says on the side. Championship 2020.
Yep. Championship. Yeah.
I got my deck pulled up on tap right now so we can look at it while we go through it, going through the gameplay.
So having played this, so people are kind of seeing what you're going through right now. Are there any changes that you'll make to the deck moving forward? Things you didn't like, things you did like, things you desired, things you wanted?
So I'm going to need to play it again. Okay, so this was actually a tough decision. Either I played the Bulma that could play herself when Earthling is killed, and then play a battle card, red battle card, I think 4, or it might be a red Earthling, and cost 4 or less.
Did you dump a super combo?
I chose dump super combo because I think later in the game I could use that 2-drop Bulma to bring back the Yamcha.
Yes.
And I'd rather do that than a super combo. But yeah, what was I saying?
You need to play it again.
Oh, yeah. So I actually built this deck the hour before our duel. I knew cards that were kind of like brought up and whatnot through the set, and I kind of threw them together and I sent it to Fluff, and we were kind of going back and forth within that hour before my duel started. So this is the first time I ever played this deck, and absolutely loved it. So I would need to play a couple more times to kind of get more of a tweak and whatnot for it. We don't really do digital profiles through Shenron's Lair. Is that what it is, right?
Yeah, I think it's Shenron's Lair or DBS decks or anything like that. Though we may start doing that in the future. Just kind of looking forward to set stuff. I know I'm definitely more of the look forward at the set coming. Bancroft is more at the look back at older stuff to see what can be done with the current stuff. So,
yeah, expect Frieza 2020. Like, all the new red mono stuff.
Oh yeah, I think Mono Red has an extremely good game, especially now that Vegeks is gone. As of today, they announced that Vegeks, the U3 engine, is now banned.
So I will have another video when I play in the semifinal rounds. Which, okay, I guess I give away. I advanced this round. I shouldn't have said it that way, but
Spoiler.
I do play Vegeks against my opponent in that match, and he plays a deck very similar to Vegeks, but not quite Vegeks.
Yeah.
So we will have a video that will incorporate both Viara and Nagrishi.
Yep.
And in that video, I will also state these cards are banned now. This was recorded before that happened. It was kind of a very quick ban. I don't really want to go too much into the ban, but I'm okay with it. I play Vegeks. It doesn't hurt too much that I'm losing it because it was a problem for most things. Grant, I saw someone on Facebook had a Bulma deck that said they went 23-0 against Vegeks and hadn't lost a single game. And then they went 24 and they lost against Sandy.
Lost, yeah.
Well,
Sandy.
Sandy Kens, I think it was. He's the one who actually, to my knowledge, I may be wrong, created the Burnhan version of it.
Sandy Kens was one of the first I saw piloting the Burnhan U3. I don't. You mentioned being really fast on the ban. I don't know. I think Flute might have been a faster ban.
Flute was set 4?
Flute was in set 4.
Oh, so Flute was a pretty fast ban then.
Flute was really fast. I would be interested to see. I'll have to do some research and see when Flute came out versus when it got banned.
So a lot's happened. Counterplayed, negated, which negate brought Baba back from the field, which boosts my leader. I think he was going after my Unison at this point.
Yes, gunning the Unison, which is a really interesting strategy at this point. That Shenron does a lot against this deck, but the WMAT deck doesn't rely on cards being on the field turn after turn, generally. So why he was gunning the Unison, I'm not sure.
Also, I didn't catch that. He charged Feet Kamehameha.
Yeah.
Instead of using it against me.
Yep.
Yeah, and he was going for my Bulma because, Bulma, in case you're not familiar with her, if your leader card is Yamcha, this card can't be KO'd more than once.
She's blocker?
She's blocker, so you block with her, and then they have to attack her again if they want to get rid of it.
Very reminiscent of the 2-drop Zoe Ray for U11.
Yeah. So he killed it finally. I have another negate in my hand. I think I charged that negate, actually.
I think you did.
See, this is what I was talking about earlier. I'm going from one card to another card, just like rereading everything before I play the card I'm thinking about playing. No, I didn't charge.
No.
Or unless I just missed it.
I think you chose purposefully not to charge here. There was a reason that you didn't charge.
So here's where I mess up at. So he plays Dormant Potential Unleash. He does choose a card to discard. He targets the Baba. So Baba goes to the drop by a skill. Look at my hand, please. You'll see that the 2-drop Bulma is right there.
Yep.
So, but instead of what I do is I swing of lead right afterwards.
Did he activate the Dormant Potential on the Shenron swing or on the leader swing?
Shenron swing.
Did he take the damage from the Shenron swing?
That's why I went down to 4 life. If correct. I'll have to rewind it at the video to verify that. But
I think he did because I think he awakens after this turn.
He's awakened now.
Is he on his front side?
Yeah. So I went and passed because there's no reason to play my Yamcha. I want to keep my energy 4, which, like Fluffy mentioned earlier, when you see a mono red deck pass turn with 3 or 4 energy, you know they got something in their hand.
Yeah, they're going to protect themselves somehow. Whether that be Topo or Exploiting Weakness or SS Blue Kaioken, like there's going to be something there that is going to be a threat.
So this cooler unison is pretty cool, actually. You just got to get the 4 counters on it to do its big thing, though.
So really, truthfully, and his deck is honestly really different because he's running the Set 10 Blue Goku engine that he's playing now. So the 4-drop, for everyone that doesn't know, when you can activate main, send up to 5 Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Krillin, Bulma from your drop area to your warp, then search your deck for the 5-drop Goku, play the Goku. That Goku as a permanent can't be removed from the field by skills. And then its auto is pop a card when it's played, and then it also, when it's in rest mode, if your opponent plays 5 or less, it pops it.
No, they have to discard 2 cards in their hand.
They have to discard 2 cards.
Yeah. So he popped my my Yamcha, which is Earthling, which let me play the Bulma, and he counterplays whatever card my Bulma's going to play, which is fine. It's whatever. So right now I'm kind of choosing what would be best to still play, because I can still play it and get the auto off of it.
Yes.
And ultimately, I choose a smart choice. I choose Baba, because she'll boost the leader when she's played. Auto will still proc. Baba goes to the drop, and Yamcha's now 20,000 instead of 15,000.
And honestly, this deck has an amazing recursion rate for that Baba. So if I'm not mistaken, that Bulma can play the Baba. The Android 17 can play out the Baba.
Yep, which is what's in my hand right now.
It's just amazing. And when you consider everything that Baba does, that Baba is almost like a Sensu Bean for red.
So keep in mind, we mentioned earlier, the Goku's ability is that if it's in rest, you get to discard 2 cards. I was going to negate, and I was like, oh wait, I can't do that because I only have 1 card in my hand. Fluff's right, actually. You can still, you have to discard as many as possible in that case.
The discard 2 on that Goku's effect is not the cost to play, it's the result of playing. So if you only had 1 card in your hand, you play the 17, you have to discard 1 card. You don't discard 2 in order to play, and I think there was confusion on that during the duel. It didn't really make a difference.
So I used blocker instead of negating.
And also, kind of notice what's happening there. That Shenron is a 20,000 as opposed to a 15,000. He's swinging with 15,000s and having to combo to get over.
My leader is also 20,000 too at this point.
Right. So he's using resources. It's not like swinging a unison 15 to 15.
Yeah.
He's having to combo and waste an extra resource. And I think it's this
I think
ultimately cost him the duel because it resourced him out.
You think he should have passed then?
Yeah. I think he should have left the unison alone because if you notice just there, he lost 3 cards comboing to get over your unison, or two something like that. But it would have probably made a difference at this point.
So I use Unison's ability to neg his battle card and his token. So now his battle card's 10,000. I swing with leader to get an extra card in my hand. You need that.
Gotta have it.
I don't know why it's taking me so long to actually swing a card, though, but I do swing a card.
And so also, this is why I don't think that the World Martial Arts Tournament leader is as good as the new Set 10 leader. Like, it's interesting because you get trading blows on Goku. But if he had been able to use the Dredge Coup ability of 2 life, blow up the field, he would have got to keep that 5-drop. Ultimately, I don't think that 5-drop is going to be competitively viable moving forward. But
also, in case you're curious, I swung at the Unison because I didn't want to give him any more hand advantage.
Yep.
So I'm going to play the Yamcha.
Now he has to discard 2 because of the Goku's effect.
I choose to keep the super combo.
And now here you activate the Yamcha's Burst 3.
Yep.
And then you get to swing into a leader.
Oh, sorry, Burst 5.
It's Burst 5. Okay. So,
And I can swing into his battle card because it's already in rest mode. It's at 10k right now, too. So my Yamcha is currently gets 6,000, so 25,000. I super combo it, make it 35,000. I mean, he has 6 cards in hand.
So he has to go up 30,000 to just meet it right now. You drew the dead denial of hope.
Yeah, so I couldn't do anything with that, unfortunately. And unfortunately, that kills his battle card because he couldn't combo up to 35. Yamcha's ability procs do 2 damage, and then my leader procs as well, doing an additional damage.
I really think that's going to be the strength of this Yamcha deck moving forward. A lot of decks want to go to 4 life to awaken, outside of the new cards that awaken with unisons or have like the weird awaken requirements. But I've said it before, I'll say it again. Yamcha's kill range is 4 life. If you're at 4 life, Yamcha can kill you at a moment's notice. It's just, if you make a small mistake, Yamcha can go for the throat. And I think that's what's going to make Yamcha so good moving forward.
So we're actually right now in round 2. He's going first because he chose himself to go first. And what a beautiful start.
Yep.
to pop a card in my hand.
WMAT, Trading Blows Goku, turn 1 is really good. It kind of takes away that turn, or the go second advantage in a lot of ways.
So, when I was doing the mulligan, you can see that I also had, so in the game 1, you saw that I had the Goku, the Yamcha, and now you've seen I have the Vegeta and the Nappa. So I have 4 cards in my deck that do direct damage to my opponent's life by some form of skill, which will proc my leader's ability. Now, if I'm missing one, let me know in the comments.
The only thing that I can think of would be lightning fast hit, but I don't think you run that in here. I think it happens too late to be worthwhile.
Is that the 5 or 4?
I think it's 4
one?
to evolve.
Or 6, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's a 6 drop, I think, but it's 4 to evolve. When it plays, your opponent takes 2 life.
Gotcha.
And even really, like, the Nappa feels all right in this, but I said it earlier that I thought maybe the Nappa felt good. And then after playing this, like, the bread and butter is the Goku and Yamcha.
Oh, for sure.
Like, that Nappa is just there. That Nappa may also be a win more. Like, if your opponent has 2 open energy, you play that Nappa, it's going to instantly get counterplayed if they've got one available.
Yeah. So he swings at my leader. He combos with the Goku because he knows that I would just combo Baba and would have just killed his Goku instead. So that's smart. Just a little extra resources to make sure you got the hit through as well.
Yep.
And I'm okay with taking hits until 5 life. So
I really like the synergy between the Vegito and the Sen Shenron in this deck as the unisons. I don't know.
I think it's a 4-2. I think I played 2 Vegetas and 4 Shenrons. Yeah.
Yeah. And that feels right.
Four.
It's going to be really hard to get that Vegito 4 off.
It's -5.
The -5.
Yeah.
It's going to be really hard to get that off, but it's still a really good effect if you need it.
But if I get my opponent to 2 life by turn 5, I'm just going to play Vegeta.
Yep.
Now, granted, last game, I didn't charge on turn 5, but
you didn't need to.
Yeah.
I mean, you had the game won. Figuring out what to drop for the trading blows.
Yes, that's what it was. I was like trying to figure out what was happening there.
So one thing that he's doing that is really interesting that you don't see much is just 1-drop spam. And then getting rid of the blocker there on the Denial of Hope. It actually, I think that was a smart move because he was counting on that blocker to prevent you from doing a point of life.
Yeah. And I just want to make sure I get that damage in one way or another. But the block, I think it's low enough where I could have comboed. Oh, but he could have.
He would have blocked her before you got a chance to
combo. True, yeah. So swinging to lead, and this is what I was talking about earlier. When he comboed with his trading blows, I'm going to combo with the Baba to kill his Goku so he can't use it as a combo piece. Get the extra draw off it as well.
Which is really good.
Drew into my Sen Shenron, that's right.
I really do think this matchup truly favors Yamcha because this leader and this build specifically wants to play a lot of 1-drops, and Yamcha just has no problem saying bye 1-drops.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got the Sen Shenron, the Babas, the Frieza's Death Ball. I think you play something else that regularly negate, or you play After Image, which tones everything down. It's just super good.
So,
it's interesting he charged.
Yeah. I mean, it's another card that could potentially remove a card from my hand, which is very clutch. Oh, yeah. Good old Goten. Gohan. Was not expecting that. You know, he played it to me on game 1. So I'm forced to take a crit. Because I don't want to combo thing off right now. I can't use my super combo either because we're not equal. We're not both 8 life.
Yep.
So
I want to point out how many low cost cards he's playing. Like the Cell's Earth Destroying Kamehameha. He runs that plus the Dormant Potential Unleashed.
Yes.
He runs both. But I haven't seen Kami. the Master Roshi Kamehameha Origins, which recycles those, which would be really good in this deck.
Well, he's not using a lot of extra cards though.
Yeah, but those are the two best 1-drop extra cards in the game right now.
Yeah, I assume he might be using them as a sideboard. I'm not sure. Speaking of sideboard, this is the exact same deck. I did not switch any of my cards out. Yeah. I thought about it. I went back and forth with a couple of different decisions, and I ended up just keeping the same way.
Ultimately, your deck is just really strong against his whole strategy.
So he forced me to go down to 4 life earlier than I wanted to. But it's all right. And I guess I can't complain too much. I charged my death ball, so
good charge targets.
So play the Baba, boost my leader. Gonna go ahead and awaken as well. Just get that untap out of there.
He's an untapped draw one?
Yep, he's a hybrid, yep. Same front, so I'm gonna swing with him again, get the top 2 cards. What is my choices here? Yeah, Sin Shenron, I think is what I pull. So I can add it to my other Sin Shenron.
So it lets you get your minus...
It's a -2 for a secondary effect.
It lets you get your -2 off this turn.
Yeah, and still have 2 energy left on him.
Yeah.
Having trouble untap, trying to get the marker changed to 4.
Oh my god. It took me an embarrassing amount of time
and
to figure out how that
Black
works.
Smoke. Oh, I didn't realize that last time. He actually had another Earth Destroying Kamehameha in his hand, so that's probably why also he kept it. I mean, he charged one.
Yeah.
But, man, that's why I charged mine. I had an extra in my hand. Yeah, I could get rid of that Simulate. I mean, I could have gone for the Goku, but...
The Goku's play from deck. They're dead in hand.
That's true.
Unless that 4-drop plays from hand. I'm not familiar with it.
Something to look at.
I will look at it right now. I pulled this stuff up.
So when it passed turn, going to him with 4 energy, untap. And then currently in my hand, you see there's at least 2 negates there.
Deck or hand.
So deck or hand, okay.
Matter. Yeah.
Go for the first attack. I'm going to topo. I think he's targeting my Unison. He wants to get off the board because it can neg cards. Yeah. And that was a key thing to our last duel. I negged his 5-drop Goku and then swung into it with my Yamcha.
Well, and everything in his deck. I mean, he's playing Trading Blow Sun Goku. He's playing the Searcher Bulmas. He's playing the Blocker Krillins. He's playing the Super Combo Vegetas. I think he's playing the Newfound Power Sun Gohan. So that's 5 cards that he's probably playing at a 3 or 4 of that are just instant kill targets for Sin Shenron.
So I'm looking at my drop. I'm not sure actually what I was doing. I think I was just trying to keep count. And he drew into another one. You gotta love that, the way untap works.
Yes.
That randomness.
Get rid of it, draw right into it. Now also, it's really interesting. He wasted 4 energy to play out this Piccolo, but did not meet its bond requirement.
But it has barrier.
It does have
so
barrier.
Sin Shenron can't hurt it. And it's another target for me to go after than his Unison or his leader. Which, either that being a bait or not, I went for it.
And also, we know he has a Cell's Earth Destroying Kamehameha in his hand.
True.
We know that that's there. So that's going to give him some opportunity. And he's wasting a lot of resources, if I remember correctly here, saving that Piccolo. Because you swing into it 2 or 3 times, right?
I swing into 3 times, I think.
Yeah.
But, come on. Let's not predict the future. Let's just see what happens. So I swing of it. He combos out of it. I swing it into it with Shenron. I don't think I combo on that. Yeah, because they're all 20,000s.
Yeah.
And in case you're not familiar, Shenron allows your red battle cards to attack active cards. So I was able to attack with a topo.
So he's...
Oh! I did... Is it... Oh, I might have misplayed there.
Your cards can attack, so you're fine.
Okay, your cards. Okay.
Yeah, it's your cards.
So
but it's interesting there. You negged him 3 just by trying to get rid of that Piccolo.
Yeah. Or 2. Because
he lost the Piccolo ultimately.
Oh, so, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. You didn't waste any cards getting rid of that Piccolo.
And then I just use his ability to boost him by another point in case he went after it. So now I got 6 cards out there. I do periodically check his drop. I did delete a lot of me spazzing my mouse around.
Yeah.
When he wasn't doing anything, and I think it was me reading his drop and seeing how many cards he actually had in his drop.
That's why he was comboing and saving. He was trying to build up for the black smoke.
Like I said, so either that was a bait or not, I went for it.
Yeah. But I think you got the better end of that. I really do. I don't know that going for the lead because you didn't have crits on board, so lead would have just given him more resources in hand.
Yeah.
Getting rid of the Piccolo prevents him from being able to bond to it next turn.
So he's swinging to my, I think, Unison. I play Android 17 to counter it, which allows me to play the Baba again. I think that's who I pick. It's a 1-drop, which will boost my leader 5,000 more. So both my Unison and my leader are both 20,000. So I love that negate combo.
What does the Bulma do?
Which
the
Bulma?
1-drop, the starter, or the super combo Bulma.
Oh, so as long as our lives are 8 each.
But when you play her,
I'm looking for her.
Where's she at? A Bulma out adventuring, is that it?
Yeah. So she doesn't activate main once per turn. Choose one of your mono red battle cards or units and gets plus 5,000 power.
So it's activate main.
Yeah.
So it's not as good to use that on your opponent's turn.
Yeah, I know.
Because you might just lose her.
So we searching for more cards. Now, maybe it's something I do differently. I was able to see what he was bringing to his hand on the field, where I was just putting on the board and then putting it back to my hand just for clarification. But on Untap, if you're not familiar for some reason, the
It
chat box
tells you what's added to hand.
Yeah,
Because that's almost never. I think the only card that was kind of protected like that was the Scrambling Assault Goten.
If I'm correct, I was seeing what he was adding, or he was telling me what he was adding, and I didn't. I can't remember. Top of my head right now. So he gave his Unison triple attack. He's going hard into my Unison trying to pop it, but he's also comboing for the purpose of getting enough cards for his Black Smoke Dragon, which we saw earlier in his hand.
I think he was gambling on that Bulma to try to get his Goku out, to get the Super Saiyan Goku, the 5-drop out.
Quite possible.
I think that's what he was gambling on, and then the Black Smoke was the
only option he had.
Was his backup.
Yeah.
And honestly, this could have potentially won him the duel. But this breaks my heart.
He shakes one card. That's the card he tells me to keep. I have to get rid of every other card in my hand. So there were 2 cards that could have given me the game. It's either this Goku or that Vegito in my hand. Both of those were the only cards I could potentially use to still beat him in this round. So,
and he kept the Goku, so you went down to 1 card in hand.
Yes. And Blacksmith's not. You don't reveal Blacksmith. You just.
Yeah, it's just you pick 4 cards out of the opponent's hand to get rid of them.
So it's now my turn. Swing of lead into his lead. Combo Baba. I'm just trying to make sure he gets hit by that attack. I neck his Blacksmith by 5,000. Like that's gonna do much.
Yeah, 1 card in his hand is the SDK.
Earth Destroying Kamehameha. Yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the
energy
open to use it.
Yep.
The other card is probably a 5K combo.
I swing 17 into his lead as well. Combo up to 25. Just trying to guarantee that hit.
So unless he had a super combo in hand, he had no chance of meeting that. And at this point, you're firmly in control.
So then I pay my 3 energy. I play the Goku.
This Goku is so good, by the way.
I swing his leader. I think you drop 2 life. I think it is.
Yeah.
And then your opponent takes 1 life.
You trade 2 of yours to take 1 from your opponent, I believe.
If your leader card's Red Earthling,
play 1 from your life.
1 from your life. And because that's a skill that does that, my leader takes him out as well because it does another damage. He has 2 life. And that's what gave me the win in the end.
Oh, no. It is 2. You crit 1 and then you take 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's what it is. Yeah. So.
But don't sleep on how good that Goku is. No. like that Goku is just going to be the champ of surprise. Even if you negate it, you still get that auto. It can still get you. So
That is my second round. I did go 2-0 against him. In my third round, I will be posting that hopefully later this week. It's 2 hand control decks going hand in hand. Because keep in mind, this tournament, we have to change our decks every round. You can't use the same one. So
I'm actually really interested to look over that. That match.
It was an interesting one.
And also, I want to say kudos to Meatball. I think that was
from Rising Phoenix Odyssey.
Using a really interesting deck there. Good for you. I'm glad to see other people tooling around with green and going back to World Martial Arts Tournament. It's one of our favorite sets, so I'm glad to see that it's getting a little bit of attention.
So that concludes our video for today, guys. Thanks for joining us. Like I said, if you enjoy this content, hit the subscribe button. And if you want more commentary, stuff like this,
let us know.
We'll make it happen. We got a friend who's moving, unfortunately, and I will do untapped games with him and throw him into the Discord, and we'll just talk about our duels.
I think I'm just going to play commentator on those and just talk while you all play.
So, I think that covers it. So, like always,
read your cards, know your plays, fluff out.
See, I don't have to say it all the time.